Hey everyone, it's me. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a fellow Redditor's guitar that needs a little bit of help. Now, the Telecaster is a guitar that is near and dear to my heart because that's, well, it was the first guitar I ever bought, and it's also the last guitar that I ever bought. It's a beautiful instrument, and we're going to make it happy. Okay, tech inspection. Sounds good. Sounds okay. This needs to be tightened up because there's a little bit of play in there, and this knob is way too low. It's actually scratching against the thing. Well, let's see how the other positions sound. Middle. Alright. Now let's do a quick test to make sure that all of our pickups are firing correctly. Alright. I'm going to start with the bridge. Yep, so they got both coils engaged. Good. Nothing there. Neck pickup. Good. Nope. So our wiring's looking good. It looks like they wired this as simple as can be. Okay. I think we're sounding pretty good so far. The only noise I'm really hearing right now from my amp, I'm going to turn this up all the way. This is normal noise. Yep. Single coil noise. Humbucker noise. So it's not bad. And I also got like lights on, so we have to keep that in mind. Alright. So what do we do? Well, first tech inspection of the instrument revealed. We got some things that need to be taken care of. Like, especially, ooh, hey, where is it? We got a little bit of fretboard decay. So I want to clean the fretboard and figure out a way to just prevent that from giving us issues later on. The finish is also kind of wearing funny on the skunk stripe, and you can feel it. So I want to soften that a little bit. Our Redditor friend is requesting a tune-up. Investigate wiring issue. Hum. Grounding. Well, smooth back of neck, patch fretboard finish checking, new strings, lower action, potentially. Well, let's make this thing happy. So we're going to do a tune-up. Now, this instrument does have a lot of funny stuff going on, but that's just normal wear and tear. But let's document it. So we have finish checking right here. And, or we'll just call it a finish crack. That makes people happy too. We also have a little bit of finish wear. And I don't remember how many spots it had. Oh yeah, right here. And down here too. The guitar's seen better days. We're just going to clean it up and try to see if we can, you know, not really try to restore the thing, but just clean it up, make it happy. Some of those are pretty cool. Okay, so let's look at this in a little bit more detail. Alright, so where do I want to start with this? Well, I think that I want to take the strings off, clean up the fretboard, clean up the back of the neck. Just double check the wiring in here, because if it's making noise for him, and that's who we got to take care of. We got to make sure he's happy with it. And if it makes noise when he's at home with it, we better make damn sure that we do everything we can to make sure that it doesn't go home making noise. But so far, it really hasn't made any noise. So let's get started with the string removal. Okay, string's loose. And now we're just going to start blasting. I want to double check our setup. We do have some fret divots, right? A little bit of a high spot. Holy shit. Somebody did a shitty job doing this. It's not that it's not... This is actually really relatively flat. It's just the wear is so uneven, and the way that the frets were crowned. Like, there's pretty wide crowns on this. Yeah, like... Hold on. It's supposed to be 3. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty level. It's just, I don't like the way that the crowning was done. Like, the crowning is really bad. The fret ends have been taken very well care of. So here we are, looking at the fret wires, right? And our frets, you see how they're, like, this one in particular, right here, how it's kind of wavy. Well, that's not just from string divots, but that's going to throw shit out of whack. So I think I'm going to give it just a light sanding, and I'm just going to go over it with the crown once. This is not going to be like a real fret crowning job. So, nothing funny there, but I don't know. I don't like it. But we don't really have much of a reason to dick around with this. But this right here does concern me. And we got some swollen stuff right here. I don't know what this is finished with, but damn, is it taking some abuse. Well, let's clean it up. See, the solids from the wax, this big is what I want to work into that nastiness right there. Try to force it into the nasty, because it's discolored the wood. But I think that's also because there's a little bit of a tinted lacquer on here. I can definitely tell that it's got to be somewhat tinted because of how it's worn. Alright, let's take a quick look inside cavity here. Make sure everything's okay. Alright, doesn't look bad. It's a little funky. All of our wiring looks intact. We got some more of that finish breakup in there. And surprisingly, I think we got some shielding paint. So this is probably the noise that he's talking about. It's coming from this wire being exposed, because the adhesive on this tape has completely failed. So we'll go ahead and patch that up ourselves. What we're going to do, just going to fold this on itself. Oh boy. And I like to leave a little pull tab. So the next guy that's got to work on this has an easy way to get this off. Alright. Okay. Well, that should keep that happy. So everything looks good with our wiring in there, but now let's figure out why this pickup's not happy. Because I don't like how this is all standing on edge. Okay, pick guard time. Okay. Why is it pivoting so hard? That's crazy. Huh. Well, oh, you know what it is? The legs. I think the legs are a little tall. Alright. Oh, wow. So, the reason why... Guys, hold on a second here. Whoa, hey buddy. Look at this. Hold on. So look what we found here. So somebody used one of these import pick guards and it didn't match up. So we're left with that. Alright, I'm going to take a break. Whoa. Well, that's something you don't see every day. Look at this. Someone gooched it. Yo! Really? Good God, that's gross. It's like some type of sticky shit. You know, I think this is actually liquid whiteout. Son of a bitch. That's a more complicated repair than I want to deal with. Right now, anyways. So, it would appear that this tuner hole isn't really all that secure in there. So which explains why we have a lot of play on these things. Alright. Except for this one. This one's solid. This one's got play, this one's got play, this one's got play. They all got play. So I'm going to recommend new tuning machines for him. And I think what I... Really? Alright, we're going to keep you over here. I'm going to have to tell... So this Redditor buddy, I'm going to tell you, you got some funny things going on with your guitar, man. It would appear that the guitar that you purchased a long time ago used to be in a somewhat hostile environment. Alright. So, we found... Oh my God! That's two that have fallen out. Good God. Alright. I wonder what wizard thought he was just going to be able to get away with using whiteout or whatever to patch that up. Okay, tape. I always use tape when we're dealing with absolutes. Because this right here is going to get caught on shit. First one's free, buddy. Yeah. Alright. Some wizard here. Or, actually, just touch this back. Brush. So that one's on the house, buddy. Because I feel for you there. Maybe just a little bit right here, too. Alright, one more. Tiny tip, just to keep it from spreading, just like that. Oh yeah, perfect application. Right? I'm just gonna kind of move it around a little bit. That way there's less to sand, and we also try to move it some of these other affected places. Okay. So I really over-engineered that one, but that's because it required a lot of glue. And I'd rather be safe than sorry. So, that's looking nice. It's going to take a little while to set up. We're not going to use accelerator because we don't want this to get all... So, I'm going to take another break. $1,500. I'm just going to clean up what we did. Just like that. You go in nice and fine. There we go. There you go. That was perfect. Perfect application. Okay. All right. So the neck is catching right here with your hand, and you can feel it. So I'm going to knock that back a little too. We're just giving this just a little bit of love. We're going to take very good care of this feller's guitar. There. Starting to feel nicer already. We're not trying to take off a lot of material or anything. We're just trying to even out how this bad boy feels. That's quite a bit better. Now we're just going to hit it one time right here. Just like this. Boom. Okay. Doesn't solve it completely. Because unfortunately, I think we're actually due for like a really, really thin coat of like shellac or lacquer. Because there's been just so much chipping and marring in the finish over all this time. But I think that this is going to make things happier. So, let's continue cleaning. Now that's not going to catch on like your paper towel when you're cleaning it. And it should hold this together. I'm worried about that just chipping out and catching on pants. You know, it's just one of those things. Nobody wants that. The way that the fretboard is worn and the frets, good God. These frets are in really, really bad shape. You know what? This actually requires even deeper cleaning than I've already done. Like that's from the first pass right there. Yeah, there's some nasty stuff in here. Ew. Wow. There's no finish on the sides of this fretboard. And there's a lot of places where things have been hurt from past work. Well, remember when I said, probably earlier, that the fret ends here were pretty incredible? Well, that's because there's whoever did this work here actually removed a lot of material, and we have exposed fretboard all throughout here, and our nut's not installed correctly. Just a lot of little things that just are a little off about this, you know. And now we're going to switch products. Some of this Dunlop shit, because this guy actually got some cleaners in it. And of course it's got whatever. A lot of stuff snake oil. Okay. Now we're going to go just make sure we get all the schmutz off it. Get the fuck out! This is my hood, bitch. Yeah, we're going to get that thing nice and juicy. Yeah, it's all juicy. So I can actually see that these things were serviced a long time ago. These frets, that is. And they really got into the fretboard. Because every one of these frets has a fret filing mark, or fret crowning mark. Like they just ran it right straight on the fretboard. Right there, you know? Like every one of them's got this little indentation. So I want to see how my tool looks with this so far, because this thing really needs some love. Oh, cool. So mine doesn't even make contact. Sweet baby Jesus. So I feel pretty good about doing a crown. Let's find out what his fretboard radius is. I'd say around 8 or 9. We're going to level these. Yeah, so that's definitely our fretboard radius. So now I'm going to put some Goo Goo Kitty Fuck on there. Alright, then we'll check our work. Wow, we're doing pretty good so far. Alright, I think it's Dremel time. A little bit of polish. See where we're at with those frets. Mothers, one and only. add more ear thingies. So we've successfully fret and crowned, or filed and crowned these frets. Now we're just going to polish them up. And we're going to return to these eventually, but I just like polishing them up in between when I do things to keep them nice and clean. And also to really show off the spots I need to work on more. Okay. Woo! Wasn't that impressive? We need more speed. I think that does it for that part. Let's clean up our fucking mess we just made. Whoa! Not that much though. Holy shit. Alright, I'm going to be taking a break here. This has been going on for over an hour. Made this poor man's fretboard a fucking workout. I gotta go through and clean up some of my handiwork. So now I want to turn this around. Fucking, it looks so good, but then you look at the other side and it's not as good. Okay, let's put some strings on. Which means we're gonna have to fit these back in. Smells minty. So right now, the neck is pretty goddamn straight. And everything's looking good with that. I've already verified it with this handy dandy tool. We're going to use Ernie Ball 9s. Because we have a surplus of these, and the musician's okay with it. Let's tune it up and figure out where we are and where we need to be. We're going to also turn on the amp so that way we can hear this voice. Alright, see how she feels and sounds. Yeah, I think I got just about everything sussed in pretty good now. There's just one last bit of cleaning I gotta do. Oh! So in case you guys didn't notice, I was talking to the client to let him know what was going on with his guitar. And that's, you know, it's good to keep people updated. It's something I've learned from my career in the tech industry. So, we're just about done with all this. And maybe we'll play a little song on it afterwards. See how this thing really cranks. Yeah, I like this. This is great. We're good. We did it. We made this guitar happy.
Well, that was something else. This is actually one of my favorite projects I've worked on. This has been incredible. I hope that Sean loves the work that I've done. And, well, like and subscribe, guys. See you next time.